Good evening, my name is Steph, and you are watching Geek News on Monday. In case you missed any of last week's episodes, make sure to check out Luluco because she reviewed a few comic series that are currently running. This was her first time reviewing comics, but I think she did a really good job. And while last week we had a couple of brofist moments with matching shirts, unfortunately I don't think I'll be participating in any of those this week. However, New York Comic Con was this weekend, and if you're like us and live on the West Coast, you probably didn't attend. One of the highlights from DC during the convention was the release of their new figurine series, The Bombshells, which incorporates our classic DC women with some nice vintage retro fashion. Right now they have Wonder Woman and Supergirl currently in the line, and hold on. Are you sure? No way. Wow, okay, thank you. I just received some urgent notice that our favorite Agent Coulson from the Avengers is alive and well. It turns out that Agent Coulson will be headlining the show S.H.I.E.L.D., which is set to premiere next year. Where in the Whedon universe the show takes place is currently unknown, but we do know Coulson is alive and well and will be starring in it. If you weren't at New York Comic Con this weekend and you watched Saturday morning cartoons, you may have noticed that DC Nation was absent this week. While Cartoon Network celebrates its 20th anniversary, they've decided to withhold the DC Nation time block without letting anybody actually know. It wasn't until DC themselves posted on their Facebook page saying that DC Nation will return in January that anybody knew what was going on. Unfortunately, here at Geek News, we can't offer anything other than that at this point, but we will be sure to keep you all updated in this development. If you're in the Bay Area this weekend, you may have attended the Alternative Press Expo, also known as APE. We were lucky enough to have a reporter on the scene, so hopefully she got some good reviews. Can you hear me over there, Steph? Hey guys, it's Steph reporting to you live from APE. So we're just going to go ahead and check everything out inside, and I'll let you know how we do afterwards. Alright, so we just got out of the convention and we picked up a few things here. Not a whole lot, but it was still really fun. We saw a couple of cosplayers in there. There was some great artwork, and we'll probably be returning again next year, and so should you if you have the opportunity. I 100% agree with what she said. If you're in the San Francisco area next year during that time, definitely check out ApeCon. And with November just around the corner, it seems like there are more candidates popping up for this year's presidential election, which brings us to our top story tonight. We are live with Stephanie Brown in Gotham City, where one of these new candidates has popped up and is receiving great support. Stephanie? So with this presidential debate, I think it's best that we ask ourselves, what's going to make a good president? Because if we like our president, we're going to trust what he's going to do in office. You want someone who's really smart, you want to have a leader, you want someone who's relatable, unlike all these other politicians who are just like, oh, I'm in the 1% and I'm rich and all this stuff. Like, I don't know anything about being rich. I don't know about you guys, but I want someone who I can relate to and I know who is with me in my best interests. We want someone who's going to get kids off the street. We want someone who is going to boost jobs and boost education and boost all these things that our country is clearly lacking. We want a president who's down to earth and who's an all-around good person, and it doesn't seem like any of these other politicians really know how to do that because they're too busy and all of their political mumbo-jumbo to really focus on the everyday common person. That is why Gotham is so supportive of Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon going for president and vice president for this year's presidential election. Dick Grayson's leadership ability is second to none, having gone from Robin to Nightwing and leading the Teen Titans to becoming Batman, having lived from a wide variety of circumstances, from growing up in a circus to seeing his parents killed to becoming Bruce Wayne's ward and living the rich and famous lifestyle to becoming on his own and becoming a real person. He has just experienced so much that the everyday politician can't even fathom. What's Dick Grayson going to do about the war? Show everyone his butt. No one's going to argue about a butt. His butt's beautiful. That can stop any war. What's Dick Grayson going to do about abortion? Doesn't matter. Every woman's ovaries are going to explode seeing him in a suit. No one's getting pregnant anytime soon. What's Dick Grayson gonna do about foreign affairs? Dick Grayson has lots of affairs with foreigners, if you know what I mean. What's Dick Grayson gonna do about the deficit problem? Well, lucky for you, Dick Grayson has a lot of connections with the Wayne industry, and Wayne Tech has definitely supported us here and will definitely continue to support America and have jobs available and create more money for more Americans. You always hear politicians talking about change. Change this, change that, I want to change everything. But change is only the beginning. It's all about doing, and Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon are both doers. That is why our campaign slogan is, "But change is only the beginning," because it really is. Dick Grayson is all about the after change. He is willing to go the distance and do as much as he can to make that change possible and for the better. So that being said, me and the rest of Gotham City are supporting this change by raising our hands to peace with finger stripes. Back to you guys. Thank you, Stephanie. And she's right. You can't argue with a butt like that. However, there are 4 other candidates that we still have yet to announce here on Geek News. So be sure to look out for those later this week. So make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for all the other geeks this week so you can stay updated with this year's political election. You've been watching Steph on Monday. Make sure to stay geeky, and I will see you all next week. Just a reminder that all of us here on Geek News show no political bias towards any of the candidates. Peace!